we're just hopping right into it. Those things, like, I don't know, they're fun, but they're also just kind of like pointless. Um, all right. It's been a while since we've recorded anything, huh, Jeremiah?
Yeah, man. Like,
Yeah, it's been a
It's
while. It's
it's good
Casey's
to be
fault.
back.
It
I
it
know, like we all like he's the glue, Like
it's Casey's fault. Um,
we miss you, Casey. Get better soon, and
his
by better I mean better internet and better,
yeah, his internet has been like, well, no, he's like getting like some stuff remodeled in his house. So
Mm,
like,
mm.
but apparently the people are taking their sweet effing time doing it. Um, first first they like took like a couple weeks to get his room done, and now they're like taking a couple weeks to get like the computer room done. So it's just kind of like, huh. But I couldn't sit on stuff any longer. I wanted to get to doing some to do some like recorded doing like some podcast related content.
No,
So
no, it's true.
but today we are here to talk about spring anime 2023. I really want to start doing this. I really want to be better about doing this um every season. I don't think we did one for winter 2023. I think we did one for fall last year and summer last year. But yeah, so we are
We
here
we
to
we we latched onto the fall anime, and there were some bangers, okay?
yeah.
Some
Yeah, we
great
did.
things that came out. For the winter, there are some that came out and did very well,
Mhm.
Notably, I guess towards the end of fall into winter would be like, Chilling in My 30s. If you haven't watched that, it's a great one. I will
Mhm.
toss that, it was a good anime to watch, fun little isekai, but
Mhm.
we were too invested in Bleach, in My Hero, Bofuri,
Mhm.
Trigun Stampede, and guys, that should be all on your channel, right? I mean, except for
Yeah.
Bleach on us, but, like, yeah, go check that out if you wanna hear some awesome anime stuff, but
Yeah. We I'm hoping to get the crew together this weekend to discuss like sort of the finales of Trigun and My Hero once the
right
dubs
on.
are done. So we'll work on making that happen. I'm trying to get dipped down on that as well, but I haven't heard back from them yet. Anyways, so we'll go ahead and we'll hop over to Crunchyroll here to look at spring anime. And what we'll also do is, uh, courtesy of Jeremiah, we have this great website that tells us approximately when they'll be airing and where they'll be airing, where they will be airing. Um, so let's see here. What is on the docket for Crunchyroll? Demon Slayer, of course. Um, that is that is that is an absolute given. Uh, we
Yeah.
we you and I, you myself and Casey, we had the luxury of being able to go see this in theaters, and I was really hoping to get all three of us on to talk about that. But the timing was just never right. Since we're here, what did you think of that first episode? What did you think of that movie experience?
Hey, I'm glad you asked, since we're gonna kick it off, guys, it was beautiful, and you know what? Like everybody else, when you first start watching it, if they said it was just gonna be the 2 episodes plus an additional episode, but we didn't know we were truly getting the first 2 episodes, everything about it. Like, it was beautiful. It is a semi-troll, and of course, it came out we never said it was a movie. We just said you could see it in
Mhm,
theaters, and everybody was probably still on that hype train of Mugen Train, and so it's
mhm,
like, "Oh, it's gonna be fantastic." Listen, I loved it. It was a great
mhm.
experience. Whenever I saw the opening and I was like, "Wait, hold on." And then it does the title screen, and in the middle it did the intermission screen, bro. I was yeah, I was like, "Bro, I
Dude,
love it."
yeah,
I was like, if I don't like the end of the first episode, like, if I don't get that cheesy little like fake ending they did, I'm gonna be
uh-huh,
pissed. I said it to my wife. She's like, "Oh God, I hope they don't." And they did. I mean, you heard people like, "What is the in the theater?" I'm just sitting here like,
mhm.
applause. Keep going. Keep it going.
I thought it
And I loved it. And guys, I say I love it because guys and girls, of course, I love it because Demon Slayer is already a beautiful, beautiful anime.
Mhm.
That's what pulls you in with the anime. It's so well done. It looks aesthetically, it is amazing. I think
Yeah.
it's already cinematic. And I said at the end of this season of the Entertainment District that, man, if I would have seen this on the big screen, a lot of people cut into this, like this Entertainment District, especially Jacob, if you remember. But I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I would have watched this in movies, and I was actually happy to see it there.
Dude, and we
And
got to see it in theaters. Like, how great
and
was that? Like, we got to see the
exactly. And
last 2 episodes of Entertainment District on the big screen. Who
it
cares if it
looked
was 3
good.
episodes crammed together? Literally 3
Yeah.
episodes crammed together. It was sick as hell.
And then the first was it our first, like, true look and introduction, like, we'd already seen it before, but, like,
Mhm.
how they really portrayed the Infinite Castle,
Dude,
like,
dude,
bro,
like,
brilliant.
I so I'm pretty sure I mentioned this to both you and Casey. So I've read the manga in its entirety. So I
Yeah,
know what happens. I know what's coming. And I know how the story ends. And not once in the we definitely, I mean, the final arc of Demon Slayer. I mean, this isn't, I don't consider this a spoiler. It's just a title of an arc. It's the Infinity Castle arc. So like the final arc, you're inside the Infinity Castle. And so you get to see like close spaces within the Infinity Castle, but not once have I ever seen it portrayed like visually that way. Like I've never seen it that way before. How they uh the anime and Ufotable, like they really captured the infinite of Infinity Castle. Um
they did.
it was fantastic.
They did, and so my thing is, like, did what they did, should that be passable? Probably not, you know? I'm giving them a pass because it looked beautiful. I already felt it should have been a cinematic anime to begin with, you know?
Mhm.
And so I was really hyped for it, you know? That being said, I can understand people being frustrated with it, but they did deliver what they said they would deliver.
Yeah,
You can be
there's like
as upset as you want. That is what they
the,
did.
the,
They told you what they were bringing. They brought it.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I mean, all of the trailers, all of the advertisements literally said the last 2 episodes of Entertainment District, and the 1-hour episode of uh Swordsmith Village. It's
mm,
literally what it literally was as advertised. But I did not expect it to be as extreme as advertised. I mean, they had credits at the end of each episode that took me
like,
for.
so, but that's my thing. Like, could they have touched this up? Do I feel like they should have taken out all of the excess stuff you would have seen from an episode and made it feel less like we were binging Netflix and more, or in this case,
Mhm.
Crunchyroll, and more like we were in a movie, and they just cut everything very well together? Yes, I do think they should have done that. Do
Mhm.
I think that that turned me away from the entirety of that series, of that whole, like, experience? No.
No, no,
It's cinematic to begin with,
dude.
it's a
And
beautiful anime, and yeah. Go
the
ahead.
last thing I will say before we move on is that I absolutely loved how they did a recap at the beginning to each of the theme songs from like season 1 and the theme song to Mugen Train. Because I don't know if you ever watched Mugen Train episodic. Did you ever watch Mugen Train episodic, or
Mm-mm.
did you just watch
No,
it? Okay.
well, we watched the first episode, which was that additional little
The
Rengoku
Rengoku
side
episode.
quest, yeah, and
So,
then we started to, and then we're like, "Wait, it's the whole thing." We looked to see if
yeah.
there was anything different really,
There was a
and
few things different, but not
a little
much.
bit.
Just like
Yeah,
30 seconds, not even 30 seconds here and there. It was like 10 seconds here and there. But the theme song that they played to the Mugen Train, that was actually that was the music played as like the OP for the Mugen Train episodes.
yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, so let's see here. So Demon Slayer. Well, let's see where we can find Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is suspected to start on the 9th. Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village arc. I believe that it is okay. How do we have it here? This first column is Japanese time. So um So this first time, shit, there it is. This is 11:15 p.m. Japanese time, and um it looks like I think that yeah. So this is the 9th. So this is Sunday. Uh,
Mhm.
and then Pacific gets at 17, gets it at 10 7:15 in the morning, and Eastern gets it at 10:15 in the morning.
Mhm.
Um, I might I might like that morning I might just like have a special day where where I sit down and I make myself a really great breakfast. Maybe I'll go and get like French toast fixins and make myself a really great breakfast and have a really nice cup of coffee and sit down and watch Demon Slayer on Sunday morning. I think that's a
I'm
good idea. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
It is harder. You were bringing up the castle, like, it is Easter weekend, so I've gotta keep that in mind, but I would like to sit down and be able to do something, you know?
Yeah,
When I definitely wanna, like, I mean, I'm definitely watching I'm sorry, in the well, we'll probably have church, but then afterwards, I'll have to
yeah.
watch it,
I
but
thankfully my like so I live with all my family, so thankfully they don't care what I do on Sunday. I'm sure that my sister and her family are probably going to do something, but thankfully I am not obligated to participate. My family's very relaxed like that to where I don't
no,
have
no,
to.
it's all good. It's just, if we when we go see my in-laws and stuff,
Yeah,
they get really heavy into a lot of their traditions. My family's just like, we make food, we all eat, we pass out like it's Thanksgiving. I'm like, "I love it. I love you
nice.
guys," like, so, love y'all, all of y'all. But yeah, so Demon Slayer, 9:15 Central Time on the 9th. I am looking forward to
There
that.
you go. Um, no news, no news on if so when we did see it in theaters, they did have the dub version and they did have the sub version. There is no news on if they're going to be airing both, since
Mhm.
technically both are completed, or if they're just going to do the sub version. Aniplex is a little bit weird with Demon Slayer. Typically, how they do Demon Slayer is they release all of the sub first and then they dub it. But we will see what happens with that one. Um, all right, moving on to probably what I'm most hyped for is Doctor Stone New World. Um, and that starts tomorrow, um, uh, April 6th, and it's going to be 7:30 a.m. Pacific time, so 10:30 a.m. my time, which means I will be able to catch it just before work starts for me. So that'll be nice. And um Crunchyroll actually has the dub airtime as well. So 2 weeks from tomorrow on the 20th. Uh, and that'll be at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 3:30 from me. But
That's
that's
gonna be
cool. So
dope.
and Doctor this so uh I suspect Demon Slayer will run for about 10 to 12 episodes, and Doctor Stone New World will be a two core. So it's going to be 22 to 25 episodes over the course of the rest of the year, essentially. Um, and which is perfect. It's interesting because so I've read all of Doctor Stone as well, and I was thinking about myself, like the Doctor Stone community on Reddit is actually pretty tame, and
Mhm.
there was a lot of discussion. There was a lot of discussion last year about where this season will end, and um, you know, season 2 of Doctor Stone was only about 10 episodes long. Um, that because like it had they if they had gone any further, if they had gone any further after the conflict with Sukasa, it would have ended in a weird spot. And Doctor Stone's Doctor Stone's arcs are like they're they don't follow any sort of, in my opinion, they don't follow any sort of set pattern to like really truly predict when a season will start and a season will end. And I've actually noticed that with some anime or with some manga is like it's almost as if sometimes the mangaka writes it in a way is like, okay, well, this will fill up 12 episodes, this will fill up 24 episodes. Um and Dr. Stone, the coming the coming arc is certainly a 24 episode arc, because there is no middle. There is no middle of this arc. If it had, well, I mean, there is a middle of it, but there's no like, oh, well, we can end it here and wait a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's none of that. There's none of that in this arc. And I actually already, and so um I won a bet between Jeremiah and I, with My Hero Academia, and I already, based off of the information that was provided, that it's going to be a 2 core season. I know where I know I don't I'll have to go back to that. I'll have to go to that back to that volume, but I know the general time where this season will end after however many episodes it is. Um and I can't really make that bet with you right now because you don't know, because you
Nope,
haven't read
not
it.
yet. I guess you
But
get to reading so we can have some fun. Hey,
yeah.
listen, I'll take my loss gracefully. It is what it is. I am pleased as a person who is a fan of anime from old to new. The
Mhm.
fact is, we could have seen a really bad situation where they were adding filler episodes and recap episodes to stop us from getting to Star and Stripe, and I am so happy that we made it
Mhm.
there, you know? I am
Right.
happy, and I'm sorry, guys, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, I apologize, but it was good. It's where I want it to be. It's one of those things that's, hey, if I lose, I'm still happy, you know?
Mhm.
So, I'll get you next time, Whip, hopefully.
So yeah,
So
Dr. Stone, looking forward to it. Um
mhm. Oh, yeah.
uh
Yeah, I still have to watch Rita Say, which our good friend Brent here has been saying for many, many conversations. Watch it. You need to watch it. I
yeah,
need to watch it. And now it's come to the day. I'm going to be watching it this evening with my wife. It'll be
nice.
great. We're
Uh,
looking forward to
Do you,
this.
do you watch Dr. Stone dubbed or subbed?
Dubbed. The dub is just beautiful.
Mhm.
Like, gosh, dog, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they did very well.
Yeah.
Like, I just learned recently that Ian Sinclair is Sukasa.
Oh, you
I
didn't know
am
that?
So
Yeah.
here's the thing. I hear Ian Sinclair. My first time of recognizing Ian Sinclair, like recognizing, right, was in Kaguya-sama: Love Is War. He is
Mhm.
the narrator, and he kills it. I will
Right.
say that most of my watching of that anime is the narrator. I'm
Right.
sorry, he's great. Then I started hearing him in other things. He's one of my favorite voices in that The Vampire Dies in No Time. Season 2 is out, guys. It is like he's just this great voice, and he's Brooke in One Piece. And so I was going through,
He's
like, I found this little compilation where it was showcasing his characters, and you'd hear him. Brought up Tsukasa, like, holy crap, the range from a very energetic person to a very calm, cool, collected killer.
right. He's
I'm sorry.
he's
I will
his other big
gush
role,
over him.
his other prominent role is Whis in not Doc in Dragon Ball Super.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And that's my thing is like he has so much flair, you know?
Mhm.
He has a great just range in his voice, and it reminds me of Bryce Papenbrook, you know?
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, like, at first, when I heard him, I was like, "Oh, it's just the same voice," but then I started finding him in other anime, and I couldn't recognize it was him, you know? And I was like,
Yeah.
"Dang it, I have to respect the new age, voice actors," you know? I'm sorry, but a little bit of an aside, but, like, you're watching through Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And so Vic Mignogna is the voice of Edward
Right.
Elric. Great voice.
Yeah.
But anytime you hear his voice, you hear Edward Elric. There's literally no real change in range. There's
Oh,
only one
really?
exception that I've ever found with him. One exception. He was the original voice of Broly.
Yeah.
Like the whole yeah, and
Yeah.
that's dope. But other than that, like from Kakaishi to Full Metal Alchemist, it's just like and all other roles, like, you hear him and it's Edward Elric. It is
It's
Edward effing Elric, you know?
so
So go ahead.
speaking of Full Metal Alchemist, that I don't know if you listened to my voice message last night about it, but it's really interesting because it's the way that it's animated, it's definitely animated in a way that you can tell that there's a tradition, that there's a or that there's an evolution, that it's basically there's like sort of like this weird combination of older 2000s anime to more animation to more modern like teens in 2020 anime. The animation is just, it's superb. But it's this really great blend of old and new um in in that anime, and I really like. And another thing that kind of blew my mind is Travis Willingham as Roy Mustang. Um
Bro, bro. And, like, yeah, dude, and
it,
so and I'm looking at so Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood ended in 2010, you know?
mhm,
We originally, of course, we got Fullmetal Alchemist, and that ended somewhere else. Roy Mustang is dope. Chris Sabat as General Armstrong,
mhm.
freaking just fantastic, and I love Armstrong. He's and have you met Olivier yet?
I don't know. Describe her
That
character.
she is a blonde like a blonde general in the ranks, but she is stationed somewhere else.
Not yet.
And
Probably not yet
okay,
then.
okay, so that character is just so dope. I just and maybe it's just because I love strong and women that could kill me in an instant, but by golly, she is dope. But either way, we're getting off track. But yeah, so I bring up voice acting because I have to respect the new actresses and
Mhm.
actors, you know? I hear them in different things, and I when I finally catch them, it's like, that's
Well,
Ian Sinclair, that's
and
Bryce
and and
Papenbrook, you know? Was it,
Doctor Stone literally has like everyone in it,
yeah.
like except for Chris Sabat. Unless he
Nah.
gets cast as someone this season. But no, like Doctor Stone literally has like all of the best modern dub actors in it. All of the best. It's
It's
fantastic.
so dope. It
Yeah.
is so dope. I can't wait to start it. Now, have you heard anything about this next one, The
Hell's
Hell's
Paradise.
Paradise?
I've only seen what like I've seen basically like all I've seen is that Dip Down has done a reactionary video for it.
Nice, nice. I haven't seen much for it either, but between Hell's Paradise and Heavenly Delusion, I'm looking forward to both of those, you know?
Mhm.
So this is one that's got me. It's from Studio Mappa, of course. We've got Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titans,
Mhm.
main studios here. I mean, so and
Mhm.
they're already bringing stuff, and then not just that, like Kakagure, they did a lot of. Oh gosh, there's a Netflix
Chainsaw Man.
one. They did Chainsaw Man. They did Dorohedoro, God of High School. I think they're part of God of High School. But either way, they've done so many different animes with different animation styles and different
Mhm.
beautiful things. Like I am actually pretty invested in jumping into this.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's something my wife will,
me
but I
maybe I'll
certainly will.
watch an episode. Maybe I'll watch an episode tonight and see how it is. But the description goes as it says: a group of criminals and executioners are sent to a remote island to retrieve the elixir of life. So that ought to be
Hmm.
special.
It look
Um,
like I said, it do look pretty cool.
yeah.
It's already out along with Heavenly Delusion, I believe. Are they are both? Yes, they are both out. You can catch one on Crunchyroll and the other, which is Heavenly Delusion, on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Well, Hulu for us, I believe.
Yeah, it would be Hulu
Um,
for us.
so that
Let's see
if you
here.
have access to that, give them all a watch and stuff. As a
Let's see
little
here.
aside, I and see for Heavenly Delusion, I don't know much about it. I think it's just the fact that Hell's Paradise and
Oh,
Heavenly
yeah.
Delusion came out like on the same day. I
Mhm.
find that hilarious. So
So let's before we get into some more shonen style, I want to talk about a couple. I want to talk about a couple of romance ones. Okay, that I'm
okay.
actually really looking forward to. So the first one is season 2 of Tonikawa. Okay, have you watched Tonikawa?
Tony Kawa.
Over the Moon,
Let's look.
Over the Moon for you, Tonikawa,
No,
Over
I
the
have
Moon for
not
you.
seen that.
Okay, it is cheesy and wholesome and adorable. Um,
Oh, that's good. I'll have
yeah,
to toss that to Tabby.
and uh the English, so Zach Aguilar, who voices Tanjiro, is the voice of the lead in this, and it's just basically like um it's just like it's like, oh, okay, it's Tanjiro, but like he's a goofball. Um, uh, but no, this one's great, and I'm looking forward to that one, and that starts up this weekend. So the premise of this anime is this kid, he meets this girl walking home from school one night, and he's
Mhm.
like immediately infatuated with her. And he's running to go catch up to her, and he's about to get struck by a semi. But
Mhm.
this same girl jumps in front of jumps in front of the truck, saves his life, but she gets hit. But she survives because of reasons unknown. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
And she basically promises that, like, when he turns 18, when they both turn 18, she'll come and find him and they'll get married. And she disappears. She disappears from his life for like 3-4 years. And then on like the morning of his 18th birthday, I think that was the case, or it was a little bit after he turned 18, she just appears on his doorstep and goes, "You ready to get married?" basically. And
So what we doing, hubby?
and so they go and get married, and then the story ensues. But there definitely is like a mysticism about her um that has not been touched on
Addressed.
yet. Yeah.
Well, since we're talking, like that sounds dope. For one, I'm gonna have to let my wife know about
Oh,
that.
she'll love it.
Since we're talking about romance animes, though, we're gonna have to pop to the right for Ancient Magus Bride Season 2, which
Okay.
is airing tomorrow. And
Yes, it
well,
is.
that's what it says anyways. And that is have you watched that at all?
No,
That
I
is
will.
aesthetically one of the most beautiful anime, and I put it up there. Like it is beautiful. Is the
Okay.
opening is a fantastic opening. I believe there was a whole thing about like three different creators or artists or developers from three different studios, one being Ghibli, I believe.
Okay.
Like it helped in the creation of this, and they kind of do their own little trademark signatures within it. So I feel
Interesting.
like that may have just been a rumor. So don't take it with take that with any like gumption to it. But I will state that if it was, you definitely can see the places where they're at least pulling
Mhm.
from different studios and their majestic art. And that should be coming out tomorrow, I
Yeah,
believe, is
that's
what
what it
it's
looks
saying.
like. It comes
And
out, yeah, in the morning.
it's fantastic. It's a very beautiful love story. So synopsis for this, for anyone who hasn't had the chance to watch it, the girl that you see in the middle, she was a slave. She was going to be sold on an auction. I believe her parents put there. I don't. There is a little bit of a like there is more to that, but I'm not going to get into the story. I'm trying to remember what was there at the beginning versus what you find out later. We're gonna leave it there. The fact is, she was sold to Cartaphilus, which is the person to the right, top right. He is the mage with the dead head.
Okay.
And it is just this beautiful thing about her being accepted into this family, and there's magic, and I like this type of storytelling as everything. Well, it's kind of like what you're watching in Full Metal. Everything is already there. It's not like you're learning different things, or at least the characters aren't learning different things. Like they know
Sure.
about it.
Okay.
So like when you first run into some a homunculus or something, they
Mhm.
talk like they already kind of know. I mean, Ed and Al are still they're kids, but everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's this." It's about the same. Like it's almost like everything's known.
Mhm.
It's an interesting little world they've created, pulling in a lot of the fae, the magic, and a little bit of religion as well. It
Okay.
is a very beautiful thing. I think
I'll
everyone should give
definitely
it a
check it
try.
out.
Please, it is a
Um,
beautiful romance.
there's one other one that I wanna talk about, and this is an anime that I actually just got into, and
Yeah.
it's called Insomniacs After School. And, um, yeah,
Insomniacs
b
After School.
essentially, like, here's the thing. I have the Viz Manga app, and I follow the Viz Manga, like, Instagram page, and
Mhm.
they have been, like they have been promoting the hell out of the first volume of this. And and I just been seeing so much about Insomniacs After Dark or After School, and um, I didn't really know much about it, but I was like, okay, it's like, well, Viz Manga is showing me like all these different advertisements for this manga. I better check it out. And what happened was I was at Barnes and Noble last week, and I was looking for I was looking for I was looking for this actually. Um, um I was looking for Solo Leveling. I was
Hey,
and huh?
I said, hey.
Yeah. And the Barnes and Noble in Lexington, it has like a table with an assortment of volume ones on it. It's kind of like, hey, discover this manga table. It's just an assortment of volume ones. And I was looking on that table for volume one of Solo Leveling, and I couldn't find it, but I stumbled upon Insomniacs After School, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. And I and I had at this time I actually had no idea that an anime was going to be coming out for it. None. None. Um and so I didn't even know that there was an anime coming out. And I picked it up and I read it. I read the first volume, and it was fantastic. So what it's about is it's about these two teenagers who they suffer extremely from insomnia, and they actually find solace and comfort in each other, and through their company they actually find a way to get a little bit of rest and relax and enjoy themselves and not be so stressed out by their condition. And it's like it's the definition of wholesome. Like like I'm
That
reading
is
it, and
so dope.
it is the absolute definition of wholesome. And then I was just at night, I peruse like I peruse Instagram reels, and basically a reel came up as like anime that I'm looking forward to in spring. And I was like, okay, I'll watch this to see if anything catches my eye. And it's just like
Yeah.
these literal like half a second pictures of different anime, and all of a sudden Insomniac After School pops up, and I'm like, that's not right. Hang on. And I watch it
There's
again.
no way.
Is like I watch it again, and it's like Insomniacs After School, and I look it up, and yeah, so Sentai has it, which means has it on. So it's going to be on High Dive, and I think it premieres next Monday, um,
That
April 10th.
is
So it premieres this weekend. So I'm genuinely looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to watching it. I am a little bummed because the US is just now getting the volumes. So by the time so I'll probably be like I'll know more of the story before I actually read the manga itself, because the next volume of the manga doesn't get released until June, which by then the season will most likely be almost completed. But I do plan on reading it as each volume comes out. But what's great is the separation between season 1 and season 2 will allow me to get, extraordinarily caught up. But yeah, and it's Linden Films. Linden Films did Call of the Night, and they're
oh, there we
doing
go.
yeah, and they're also doing the new Rurouni Kenshin. So,
So
um
happy.
yeah. So that's so
So
so so that's that for the romance comedy department, for what I'm
so
looking for.
since
So
since
Tony
we're on
Kawa
on
and Insomniacs After
romances,
School. What's that?
since we're on romances though, no, it's not a romance. It's a romance in my heart. One that I'm looking forward to because of another prospective anime coming out is Mashal, Magic and Muscles. It's being done
Where's
by Studio A1 Pictures, and
Oh, here
it
it
should
is.
be yeah. And I've actually heard about it. I've been watching it, and I've been waiting for this one to come out. I don't know too much about, but based, I know about the synopsis. Some
Mhm.
I'd say meathead, but some guy uses muscle. He uses muscle over matter. It's pretty much Asta. It's going to be Asta. I wonder if there's going to be screaming. But it's being done by A1. Who also picked up, since you brought it up, Solo
Solo
Leveling.
Leveling.
And
Dude,
so I'm
dude.
honestly kind of basing my thing is like there's not too many, I guess, A1 pictures that I can remember off the top of my head. Like, oh yeah, I
Sword Art
watched this. It
Online.
was decent. Well, there we go. Okay, then I actually am not feeling as scared because, you know this, you're starting to read Solo Leveling. I think you got through all 5, right? All
I'm
5
halfway
volumes that you
through
have?
I'm halfway through volume 3. Yeah, that was actually
Oh,
an
there we go,
so
there we go.
that was actually a really interesting. Sorry, my dogs are barking outside.
No, no,
Um,
no.
that was actually really interesting. So I went looking everywhere for volume 1 of Solo Leveling at Barnes and Noble, and
Mhm.
I could not find it. I could not find it on the shelf. I only saw volume 4 on the shelf, and I couldn't find volume 1 on that special like volume 1 table. But what happened was there was when sometimes when books can't fit on the shelves, they'll put Barnes and Noble will put books on this rollaway cart thing that's just kind of sitting there. And I was like, huh, let me go take a look, see what we have over here. And I go looking at it, and all of a sudden I see this box set with volumes 1 through 5 in it for solo leveling, and I'm like, score, and then I pull it off the shelf and it's like 10% off, and I'm like, okay. Like, so
That's so dope.
I bought
Did you say
all
box set? Did it all come in a box or
it came
something?
with volumes 1 through 5 came in a box set. Let me go grab it.
Please, please let
Yeah.
me you're gonna have to zoom yourself up so I can see it because I have them individually. I buy them as soon as they come out, though.
Okay. So we have
Holy crap.
so there's that, and then it kind of goes back like that, and then it's got that.
I'm definitely I mean, I already had them individually, now I'm going to buy it. Like, I support this. No, I support this story,
Do you
and I love how it you see it how it looks, an
Mhm.
interesting little take
It's
on it, like,
it's
okay, cool,
perfect for
cool.
A1. It's
Yeah,
perfect for A1. It
bro.
it's got like it's got the color scheme that A1 likes to do. It's got like A1 really brings a certain level of crispness to crisp and sharpness to the colors that they use. Um I probably sound like I'm full of shit, but like that's just my observant thing. But like, upon like entering, volume 1 and seeing terrifying crap like this.
Is it the
uh
smile? Is it the smile? The
yeah, I
smile is the iconic thing, bro, like
yeah, seeing this terrifying, um I was like, yes, that is A1. Like A1 can do that, because I not to not this might sound like an insult, but honestly, the artwork looks like Sword Art Online. Like, and I'm like, this is gonna work out for A1. And I mean, and I'm not saying that Sword Art
well,
Online has bad
the
art.
black and the black and blue, which is a very prominent color scheme they like to do, especially for their dungeons and different things like that. I think that for Star Online, like like now that you brought this, like, oh crap, you're right. Like, how could I miss? Like, it is going to look good, I feel then. But I'm still
Mhm.
going to be hypercritical of anything they bring out. Cause like my God, if Mashal doesn't look good, then it better be because you put every good production artist on freaking the main stuff for oh, sorry, I'm getting a random phone call. Give me 1 second.
No
Sorry to
problem.
do this.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Sorry, when you get random phone calls so late at night, it's like, "Hmm," and then it's
I
either an
know, right? It's
emergency.
like, who is this? It's like, and it's either like something urgent, someone's dying, or a telemarketer from another country.
Let me tell
Um,
you. It was neither of those, but it
that
does sound like someone who'd like to speak to me here in a little bit. I told him, "Give me 20 minutes."
okay, perfect.
So,
So,
yeah.
um, but yeah, we'll talk about we'll move along then. We'll talk about solo
Yeah,
leveling on another day after I'm caught up.
of
Um,
course, but Mashal, I am gonna be catching that one, and I'm glad
okay.
it's coming out soon.
All right, let's see what else we see here. Okay, so we've gone over almost everything here.
Mhm.
Um, let's see here. We got some golf anime, Galaxy Next Door. I don't know what that is. A Galaxy Next Door. Um, more Demon Slayer. Okay, let's see what we have here as far as our good old fashioned isekai. I got a cheat skill in another world and became an unrivaled in the real world too. Um,
Mhm.
you
That
you
looks weird.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch that. I think I'm gonna watch that because it sounds like trash isekai at its finest.
So I
Um,
thought it was something completely different, one of the manhwas I had read, but then I went and checked it and I was like, "Wait, that's not the same thing." For this one, it seems that, this person can apparently freely go between whatever world he's in
mhm.
and this world, and from what I saw, he could bring things back from there. It's like, "Excuse me?"
That
So it's
sounds
like,
sick. Are you kidding me?
right? Like, bro. So I agree. It's like, so you know what? Think I'm gonna be jumping into this smut. It's gonna be beautiful,
Oh yeah.
like
There was so and then okay, we'll get to Konosuba in a second, but like I see, whenever I see where is it down here? Um, wherever I see, whenever I see something that says aristocrat in it, I just keep thinking is like, come on, bring season 2 of the world's finest assassin.
Finest Assassin. Exactly. I saw that and I was like, "That's not World's Finest
Where is
Assassin."
season 2 of the world's finest? Dude, that story gets nuts. I was reading it for a while. Like I was reading the light novels of it, and like I was like, this is gonna get good. Like
I mean, bro,
season
it
one.
was already nuts. You end it like that. You end the anime with I mean, I'm not gonna no, we've already spoiled it. You end it with a tactical strike from space. Come on, you know? Like, what was that, you know?
Like I
I
remember
like that that's beautiful.
I
Go ahead,
remember
sorry.
I remember reading it. I remember reading it, and I was like, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this animated. Maybe I'll start rewatching that again tonight. But everything about that anime was great. Like like cool characters, and that intro was sick. The OP was sick. And I keep waiting for an announcement on season 2. It's like, and it cliffhangs. Like there's literally a post credit scene, and it cliffhangs. It's like it's like you can't not do a second season.
Well, to be fair, like, so maybe I just like abuse, you know? Maybe I just like the pain. But, like, watching the first episode of that and then doing that whole little mission together, you know? And then ending it the way it is, like, this isn't where I expected to be in 12 episodes, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I expected to be doing missions and hijinks with awesome, like, chicks on this weird Charlie's Angel push, you know? But Charlie actually does crap, you know? So, I
That
loved it though. Like I said, the opening was fantastic and original. It's a very interesting isekai.
Mhm.
Kind of weirds you out at first, if you're watching this grow up, you know, but still was really good in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it
So
was really
I
good.
loved it. So since we're
Um,
looking at things that are getting, we're hoping for things season two. Smartphone got a season two, which can be
in
considered
another
the
world within a
granddaddy of
smartphone.
yeah, which could be considered the granddaddy of most isekai, plots, you know? A lot of what it did in season 1 gets seen or, like, focused, if you will, in other things. Like, for instance, when you watch this, but then you go watch Parallel March, um, um,
Death March in
in,
a Parallel World Rhapsody.
Death March, yeah, Death March: The Parallel World Rhapsody. Um, like his focuses on beast people versus, different other things is like kind of their focus and what he does. Like he definitely has just the ultimate cheat. There are certain skills that he does that you may remember from other animes that's
Mhm.
like that they really focus this being like the strongest thing, or like the unique skill. And I like you can definitely feel different elements in this isekai. So watching it last is weird to me, but I'm now understanding why people would always say in another world with my smartphone, or like this is just this aspect of in another world with my smartphone,
Mhm.
It's definitely an interesting little anime. It's it's not a harem that I care for. Like I refuse to call it a harem because I am a harem elitist when it comes to animes. I will tell you all that now.
Okay.
But I mean, it is a harem. Every person you see on this page right now that you're looking at, barring I don't know who the pink-haired chick is,
This
and
one?
I don't yeah, I don't know who the pink-haired chick is, or I don't remember. Everyone apparently is gonna marry him, and they've all accepted it and love each other
Well,
for it.
that's
I
how it is. That's how it is in World's Finest Assassin.
which is why it's not a harem, it's just beautiful. But this one's trying to sport harem. And my guys,
It,
I'm sorry, but a
and that's
harem is supposed to be the aloof main character who doesn't know or recognizes but doesn't have that same feeling or is conflicted with those feelings. This guy's just pretty much said, "Yeah, in a couple of years I'll marry you all. I
eh,
promise." It's like,
and
ah,
then that's the same situation. And like, I'm literally not saying this to make you cringe or anything. That's the same way it is with Mashoko Tensei. They all marry him. Like, it's like
oh, the one redeeming quality that could have came from this, despite all the perversions of man. Oh, like, golly, are you serious?
yeah.
Why?
No,
And then people argue like, "Well, obviously it's an harem. Do you see the term harem? Like, do you know what a harem anime was supposed to be? There's some class to it. Y'all are drinking bushes. I'm up here drinking champagne. I'm done. I'm done with these conversations. Smartphone 2 is coming out. Watch it if you're into that."
and then
Golly.
we also have Konosuba. I need to get caught up on that, but what I've seen so far, um, oh, and just to throw it out there, I think that there needs to be a podcast topic about anime. It could, from any genre that got a season 1 or season 2 and had just dropped off the map, and that we want to see another season of.
Oh, yes.
We need
Yes,
to do
yes,
that.
yes.
Death March would
I
be
would
my
bring up
pick.
Blue Exorcist, but apparently Blue Exorcist is getting a new season, so I'm
It
very happy
is.
for that.
It is.
Apparently, it's supposed to be getting
But death, um, what is it? Death March in the Parallel World Rhapsody. I need
it
a
only
season
got
2 of
1
it.
season, right?
Yeah.
That
Anyways,
definitely
we'll
needs a
that'll be for
season
another
2.
that'll be for another day. We'll talk about that. So Konosuba, I know that you said that you were looking forward to this one, and
Yeah, because, like, you can't really follow up the movie of Konosuba and that just everything,
there's a
every
movie.
memeable, gifable thing with another season. No, you gotta go back in time. So they're going back in time to whenever Megumin was trying to be the strongest explosion magic, person of her demon race,
Wait, hang on. So
And
there's a
I
movie
can't
for
wait.
Konosuba too?
Huh?
There's a Konosuba movie. Is that what you said?
So it's Konosuba 1, Konosuba 2, and I believe it was a movie was the last one, or maybe it was a series. I'll have to look that up real quick.
Yeah, Konosuba. Let me see what else. Let me see what else we have here. My love story with Yamada-kun at level 999.
999? Yeah, I was like, "What?"
My one-hit kill sister. What? Um, let's see, what else do we have? Um, Summoned to another world for a second time.
Yes, so just to yeah, I saw that too, and I was like, "That's interesting." So, so Konosuba had 2 seasons.
Okay.
and then kicked off another arc, which is apparently a part of its manga, with a movie called Konosuba Legend of Crimson,
Okay.
which is about Kazuma's popular phase. It is the greatest start to a movie. It is I personally think Konosuba is hands down the best isekai ever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone beats that. The amount of comedy, sure, but the fact is they bring it. It surprises you with good comedy. It pushes the bill on a lot of things while not being too much of one thing or another. For instance, like perverse versus like too slapsticky versus too much
Mhm.
recurring jokes, but just enough so it's like, hey, like they do really well. They do really well.
No,
And
they do. I've watched a couple of episodes and I'm like, yeah, I see why this is good.
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
you saw the frogs. You saw the frogs. I fell in love. No, the first episode, the montage. The montage is what got me. I'm sorry. When I first
Where
watched the
they're
montage, I was
where
like,
they're like they're always at work.
where they really hyped up, this is where our adventure begins, and it just shows like 7 minutes of them doing montage work. Then
I
at the
know.
very end, the it's Quinn,
It's like, what are we doing? It's like we're not getting anywhere.
and it's just beautiful. I cannot watch it dub. Oh, and not saying dub is bad. And I can't say I can't watch. I've watched it dub. It is hilarious, but I prefer the sub because Kazuma in sub, the range of that voice actor from just like the quirky to the screaming to the my popular phase begins. It's just like it is. It no, bro. If you haven't watched that movie, then we're gonna have to get you caught up to that movie. Then we're gonna have to sit down
Okay.
and watch every like My Hero movie when you're down when you come for the
No.
for Sam
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah. Dude, should I bring
Yeah,
them?
bro, and then we'll watch Konosuba, and then we'll just, like we'll pick up everything, like, bro, like, we might as well chill,
I have all 3 of the movies. I'll bring them.
like, don't threaten Brent with a good time, he will show
It's
up at
like
your doorstep with him.
it's like
I'm down
I
with
mean,
it, man,
it's like
I'm down.
I mean, so long as someone has a Blu-ray player and hook it up to like the TV there, hell yeah.
Thank God Xbox finally did that, like,
Mm, yeah, I know, right? Let me see here. Crunchyroll, how much does it have for Konosuba?
should have
Um,
all of it.
let me see here. It has okay, so it has Konosuba 1, 2, and 3. Um, uh, Legend of Crimson.
Yeah, so that's
Okay,
the movie, I believe.
okay, okay. Um, okay. So what else do we have? I don't know. I kind of perused the rest of these. Um, nothing else really caught my eye. A lot of these, some of these other ones that I am kind of interested in are sub only, which can be problematic for me. Um, the thing is like I have no problem watching subs, but I also like I always hope that there will be a dub later on, so that way I can actually watch it.
Yeah,
Um, uh, but let's see here. I'm not seeing anything else that really
so
truly caught my eye.
I know my wife wants to watch one that she heard about called Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts, I think, or the
Where did I see
Beast
that?
King or something.
Did I see that?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't found it. I haven't seen it on the list, I don't think. It's supposed to be on
Oh, here it is.
Crunchyroll.
Sacrificial princesses and the King of Beasts, April 19th.
Okay, I said it right the
And it says
first
that it's
time,
gonna be
you
on
lucky.
Crunchyroll. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it here, so that way we have a picture for reference. God, my dogs are going ape shit on something out there.
Or something.
Yeah. I don't actually see it on the website, but this other website says that it's gonna be on Crunchyroll. We'll see what happens there. Um,
She's like, I know, like, I guess it's something because my wife just catches things and just starts reading. Right now, she saw one little ad for something called Under the Oak Tree, and that was pretty much our lunch today, was her, like, gushing over a story I don't think I'll ever read, you know? It's like, "Cool," you
mhm.
know? So but she had heard about that one, I think she's really wanting to watch that, and she heard it was getting an anime. So, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna watch it, because she's watching it.
Official
Does
princess.
High Dive have anything that like?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
Hmm. I'm
Okay,
looking
so
at the
this is
list. Too Cute Crisis sounds hilarious. I
okay.
mean,
So we
just the
have
name.
we have Alice Gear Aegis expansion. Don't know what that
Uh-huh.
is. Um, Insomniacs After School. Otaku Elf. What's
Otaku
that
Elf.
about? Let me see here. Uh, Ta- Takamimi Shrine has an unusual resident, Elda, an ancient elf who's obsessed with video games. Okay, the shrine's teenage attendant, Kyoto
Koito.
Kogane, uh,
Koito Kogane.
Kogane keeps this reclusive otaku well supplied with energy drinks and junk food. Yes, I'm in. I'm
Not
in.
gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Even though
This sounds pretty dope.
even though she loves 100%ing her games, Elda has duties to attend to. The Kogane and Kogane is bound and determined to make this otaku elf fulfill them. It'll just take an offering or two to bribe. We mean convince Elda to put down her new game.
I'm
Yes.
down. I'm down with that.
Yes. Tokyo Mew Mew season 2. Um
There we go. Too Cute
Too
Crisis.
Cute Crisis. What is this about?
Saying
Invading a
invading alien Lisa Luna wants nothing more than to destroy planet Earth. After she gets in a little sightseeing, first, but her travels soon take her into a cat cafe where the furry felines inside invade her heart just as surely as Lisa invaded Earth. Destroying the world won't be so easy now that she has discovered the joys of kitty cats.
Oh hell yeah.
Damn it. That's a tabby one. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell her.
But that's
Look,
all I have here for that. But there's some interesting stuff. I need to get back into High Dive. I finally downloaded it onto my phone.
uh,
So I'm really disappointed. High Dive does not have a PlayStation app.
that's
I wonder if it has an Xbox app.
it does have an Xbox app. We
It
watch it
does?
all the
Okay.
time.
I have a Series S. Um so I'll have
Copyrighted. Like,
copyright.
like
So I'll have to Sacrificial Princess of King of Beasts. Um oh, okay. Oh, that's the volume. That's a volume cover.
yeah,
Um
she reads things in light novel form or translated, you know? Like,
okay.
she
Oh,
is
it's
so
going to be
far
on
in
Crunchyroll.
ascendance
Yeah.
she's so far in ascendance of a bookworm that, like, I know that story now because she keeps
Mhm.
rereading it, and then she buys the light novels as soon as they come out to read them. I'm like,
Nice.
"But you've already read them." She is gushing, but yeah, so she finds these things to read, and she's looking forward to that. Too Cute Crisis sounds good, along with Otaku Elf. I like,
Yeah,
if
I'm
you're
in.
telling me I get to replace Bofuri with Otaku Elf, this is gonna be
Oh
beautiful if it's
yeah.
cute. If it's cute.
Um, we need to wrap. We need to finish up Bo Furry too.
Yeah.
I might just wait for the dub to end on that one before I really. I think it's only got
Tabby
a
is
couple.
missing the dub. She really likes the dub, you know?
Yeah, the dub should be. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if the final episode aired today. Um, I can double check. And then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Because I know that you probably need to go here and make a phone call. Let me see here, Bo
Yeah.
Furry. So Bo Furry, well, it's um I wonder how many episodes this season was supposed to be cuz uh it's on episode 10 unless Bo Furry went off again.
Yeah,
Um
it had a longer hiatus, because that's when we kinda stopped doing the episodes.
Bo Furry, let me double check to see how many episodes season 2 is supposed to be. Um yeah, okay, as of March 28th. Okay, here we go. As of March 28th, Bo Furry season 2 postpones episodes 11 and 12's release. Um Dates are pushed back. Episode 10 will be re-aired during episode 11's original broadcast slot. Official tweet with okay. They must be having either COVID issues or just production issues or whatever.
Sad
Um
day.
yeah, So that's delayed. But it looks like we have a I'm curious if there's a dub for episode 9 out now. Because I've been watching the dub. The dub has been fire as always. So yeah, spring anime. It's looking good.
It is. It's not as far as what we saw before, but there are certainly some great titles coming out that we're both looking forward to. Demon Slayer and Dr. Stone, of course, and some new
D-
stuff coming out. I
Dude,
I am looking forward to it.
it's gonna be summer. Summer is when all of like the hype stuff comes back,
Yes.
Rurouni Kenshin, Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah.
Mushoku Tensei,
Mm. I
more
mean, I'm
Doctor Stone.
invested. I'm
Like,
invested. Understand, I might have my disdain for Mushoku Tensei, but I'm invested. It's still one of the most unique stories. I can't deny that. The artist has a great way of storytelling and world
mhm,
building. I just wish he'd drop some other things,
sure.
but
One thing that if Rurouni Kenshin is legitimately starting from the beginning, I'm gonna read along with it. I
yeah,
have not read the manga. I'm gonna read along with it.
those
Um,
those manga are dope. Oh, actually, I took them up to my office because I wanted to. Because since it's coming out, I like brought all my stuff up to the office. I'm doing my whole little manga shelf,
nice.
And dude, it is good. Like I can't wait for that. I can't wait for Bleach to come back. I'm glad
Oh
that you
yeah,
finished
Bleach,
reading it because now
summer,
we can talk
July.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we need to get Casey on because
Yeah.
I want to be able to talk. I've sort of talked to you both individually about my final thoughts, but I'd like to be able to talk to you guys together about my final thoughts on
Yeah.
the manga. And you should read the one shot. Um it's like 73 pages. It was released like 2 or 3 like a year or so ago. Um
Is
and it
that
takes
what is it called?
it's
Like
about
FW.
it's about like hell. Um and like devils breaking from hell.
Oh, nice, just like the movie. Yeah, I learned recently, since we're talking about random one shots, that Death Note got a continuation.
Oh, it did? Ugh.
Actually, it's an interesting story that they kind of, because I went through and I had to read it. I was like, no way, where it followed a different kid entirely who gets the Death Note, but instead of using it, he's like, I think I'll just sell it. And it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
it's interesting. Could have been something really cool, but it's just is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Well,
okay, well, I'm gonna be
yeah,
looking to that.
yeah, definitely look into that. I kind of skimmed through it. I need to actually like read it, but I'm so bleached out right now that like I couldn't really give it my undivided attention once I finished the main series. But I will go ahead and let you go. It is a
Yeah,
little late for me as well, and I want to get my dogs in and maybe watch some anime. But thanks for doing this with me, and
yeah.
make sure that you watch Ryusui tonight. And I hope that and then in theory I would like to do more anime discussion episodes um throughout this season. I definitely want to choose um I definitely want to choose another 3 that I'd like for us to do. Um,
I'm down with it.
if you even want to do one on your channel, we can do one. We should definitely do that. Um, but I know that my goal is to cover Doctor Stone and Demon Slayer over on
Mhm.
Whip.
Oh yeah.
Um, and then maybe we could do Hell's Paradise on
I want to grab Hell's Paradise and Heavenly Delusion. I think both of those are
let's do
very
it.
interesting.
Let's do it.
So, um,
Perfect.
and I think that we're kind of slated that the third anime of choice on yours is going to have to be Otaku Elf. I mean, like everything else seems pretty cool,
No,
but that
it,
sounds cute.
no,
Come on.
I'm thinking, you know what? Honestly, like maybe we can like do like maybe we can have a discussion about that every few episodes. But honestly, like I think 2 episodes on Dude Let's Chat, 2 anime on Dude Let's Chat, and 2 anime on Work in Progress is like is is perfect because it
Well, I
doesn't
think we're gonna do it.
it's not a it's a lot. So and I'll host Dr. Stone, Casey will host Demon Slayer, and then of course you'll host the two over on your channel.
Yes, yes. So look forward to that. We'll probably let this get out a couple of episodes. So you know what? Since we're doing it right here, and we're talking about it. Hell's Paradise and Heavenly Delusion. I'm going to wait until the dub comes out, and then what we'll do is we'll do a review of the episodes up to that point, and the dub to see which one we're going to follow.
Hey, that's a
Kind
good
of weird for
idea.
yeah, I
That's a
feel
good
like that's,
idea.
like, kind of a weird thing, so look forward to that. I'll probably release some shorts about it, like, "Hey, watched episode 1, quick thought review," but we'll
Mhm.
go in depth with our good friends Work in Progress, and, of course, you'll see me here when we're talking about Demon Slayer and Doctor Stone.
I may
It's
because
gonna be
truth be
beautiful.
told, I may wanna follow the dub for Doctor Stone. I'll watch.
Mhm,
I'll probably. The thing is, like, I'll watch the sub on my I'll watch the sub on my own time for sure.
mhm.
But it might, you know, Doctor Stone's incredibly wordy. It's
Yeah.
wordy. It's all words, and following the dub would probably be better. That's a good idea. Thank you. Um,
So
so, all right. Well, Jeremiah, thanks for joining me tonight, and I'll catch you later. Go watch Ryusui tonight, and hit
yes,
me up after you've watched
like,
it.
it's gonna be late, you're gonna be asleep, but you're gonna get a message from me saying, bro,
Yeah.
like, I got you, man. Thank y'all for
All right.
seeing me, for having me. Catch you later, man.